Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Prop Sales here. Let's see who we can get on. Let me set up my other room here. Just 1 second. And we will pause it. But I got to get on the stick. You know, we just bought over 100 pair of jeans, a couple days. Not that one. YouTube's acting a little funny today, so hopefully this will go out okay, but no promises. It was giving me a weird error message earlier. Apparently it gives people every once in a while. And the consensus is that it just goes away. So let me know if you guys can hear me okay. It was giving me an invalid permissions message earlier. Let's see if it comes up here. I'm trying to pull it up. My blog, Q&A. Turning down the sound. Let me open up the chat room. There's the chat room. Well, somewhere. Wow, this is very slow. Can you guys hear me all right? Just let me know in the chat if you can. Sounds good here, Brian says. Hang on a second. Just takes a moment to get all this up and running. Oh. Sounds good. Hello. He says, what? I don't know what that means, but all right, Spiky, whatever. All right, so hope you guys are having an awesome day. It is Tuesday, August the 2nd, 2016. I'm still melting here in the wonderful state of North Carolina. Hopefully you are not quite as crazy. Just got scratchy. Okay, well, let's see if we can fix that. See if that's any better. I'm still seeing my sound bars are good, but just hard for me to know how it's sounding without playing it in the background, which is crazy. Let's see if I can hear it now. Sometimes I have to just go in and reset the mic. See if that's any better. I'm still seeing my sound bars are good, but hard for me to know how it's sounding without playing. All right, I will try mic number 2. If I can get it to work. It does not like this mic. So I just tried something a little different. I don't know why this thing gives me such a problem. I'm really wanting to take this microphone back. Not like this mic. So I just tried something a little different. Hopefully that's a little better. Oh, great. Good. It's like I get everything like 30 seconds delayed. Okay, so anyway, hopefully we'll continue on here and it'll be better. Hey, Mark, how are you? We got Ryder in the room. We got Brian. Spiky, what's up? Len. Of course, Karin is in the room. The lovely Karin. Sounds better, but with a bit of delayed echo. Yeah, I think that's because I had the channel up on the other page. Lynn, that should go away. We got 17 people watching, which is pretty cool. Thank you for that, guys. Appreciate it. So we'll go through an update. I'll just kind of share update from yesterday, of course, as we've normally been doing. A couple quick things to say, a couple housekeeping things. We did not have a revenue wrap last night. It was Monday night. It's the first one we missed in 3 weeks. And it was mainly because Karen and I were working on the her video. We were working on that. We decided to put some time in on that, and we actually got quite a bit done. There's still some more to do. She really wants to try to hit it out of the park with her very first video. So we're making sure that we give that the time and attention that it needs. So hopefully we can get that done here in the next 24, 48 hours and get that uploaded. I have a lead on a bunch of jeans here locally. Someone's selling quite a few jeans. I don't know what the deal is yet. I've reached out to them, but they haven't reached back. Several hundred pair. And if I can get them for the right price and they're in good shape, I'll probably get them. It would be, it would be the equivalent of several days of sourcing. So I'm definitely going to go after that. Of course, when you're buying a big load of jeans like that, or a big load of any product, really, you've really got to check condition. You've got to check, of course, brands. Make sure there's no defects or flaws. Know what you're getting, because it's a cash deal, and once it's done, it's done. You're not going to get your money back if it didn't turn out right. So you got to make sure that you do your due diligence, just like you do with any kind of sourcing, but especially when it's somebody with a local group or so on. But I'm excited about that. I think that's a good opportunity. It'd be a nice opportunity to get a bunch of inventory and not have to go too much further. I'm still working on my inventory issues. Thank you guys for the suggestions. The suggestions and comments have been pouring in faster than I can keep up with them, and I do appreciate it. I'm really thinking about it a lot, trying to come up with what it's going to look like, tinkering with a few things here or there. Today I even thought about, folding the jeans a little bit differently. As many of you know, I like to fold jeans in thirds. So there's something like this. You've got your long jean laid out with toe to toe, and you basically bring a third in. I'm going to try to do this. You bring about a third of it in, and then basically pull the top over so it looks like something like this, and then you just fold it in half so it ends up looking something like this, and that fits really nice and neat into a padded flat rate envelope. I'm thinking about, as I list jeans, folding them like this and then storing them like this. So that way they're ready to go the moment they get picked off the shelf. It just, it just makes it a little bit quicker for somebody pulling orders and so on. I'm also thinking about, poly bag options for maybe bagging this. Probably needs to be a little flatter. The cool thing about this format is you can actually get 6 of these high and 2 deep without much trouble, which would give you 12 spots in each bin spot instead of just 10. So you've added 20% to your inventory space without having to buy another fixture. The downside of that is or not downside, but what you need to consider is you got to turn your racks. You can see the one back behind me. You got to turn it like that, out away from the wall. You can't put it flush up against it, because if you don't, then what you'll have to do is every time you want to get a pair of jeans that's in the back stack, you have to kind of move the front stack and get to the back stack, and that's not very efficient. You're going to find they're going to get messed up. You're going to start moving them around. It's just a pain in the butt. So if you're willing to put the black racks like that, and so you've got like a stack and then a stack behind it, you could get 12 in each bin spot, and you'll be able to pull them out because you'll be able to walk to either side of that. You can pull out from the front or the back of the unit. It's not too bad in terms of being able to pull them out. If you've only got 6 in there, you'll also be able to see 2 stacks of 6, and you can get to them very easily to ship them. So that's what I'm considering, guys. I don't know. I'm going to look at how that looks and so on. I still may poly bag them. The cool thing about this is that a poly bag would be smaller. It could be shorter. It could probably be about this long, and of course this wide. Just got to make sure that the width will fit inside there. Put them in, bag it. Seal it up. You can buy poly bags that are self-sealing, and then just stick my inventory label on the outside. The only downside to that is If you need to pull that pair of jeans out for some reason, maybe to do a measurement or to look at something, you're going to have to break up the bag. Your label might get destroyed. It might not, just kind of depending on how you are able to pull the bag open. Not sure about that yet. But, you know, there's no perfect system, guys, but you just want to be able to protect your product, make it have a simple system, be able to explain it to someone the first day if they were working for you. That's how simple your system needs to be. And, of course, be able to find things when you sell them so that you can ship them out. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Maybe that gives you a good idea. Sorry if it's not the best explanation, but I'm thinking about stacking them just like this, just like I put them in the poly or in the padded flat rates. And you can easily get these 6 high, like I said, 6 and 6. You could get 12 in each spot on an 18-inch shelf, 18-inch deep shelf. So that gives you 36 on a row, 180 per fixture instead of 150. So anyway, let's see. All right, there's some questions in here I think I might have missed. Christopher said, where do you source most of your jeans? Definitely at thrift stores, Christopher. Thrift stores are obviously a great place to find them because you're going to get a huge supply there. You got to be willing to look through them, and that's going to take you some time. Debbie says, do you ever ship using the post office priority envelopes? No, the padded flat rates, Debbie, are cheaper. That's why you usually can, you can ship for $5.90 when you have the discounts, and they'll fit. I do occasionally have to use a vinyl bag. I got a pair the other day. Mark, you'll appreciate this. See if I can find them. I may have put them up. I put them up. Sorry, I put them up in another stack. I'm not really sure where, but they are a size 50-30. Let me tell you something. No disrespect to anybody, but man, if you wear a size 50, that is a big pair of jeans. I mean, that waist is just really big. But I don't know if they're going to fit in a padded flat rate. I kind of don't think they will. They're pretty big, and they got a lot of material. So sometimes I have some vinyl bags I can throw them in. It's more to ship that way. It costs you more. But, it is what it is. Let's see what else we got here. 9x12 poly bags. Yes. Is that cheaper than using first class? Yes, Christopher. First class, you can't send them as Debbie said, because they weigh more than, well, I guess you can go up to 16 ounces now, but jeans are going to weigh more than a pound. I mean, if you don't, by the way, guys, if you guys don't have a scale, make sure you have one at home. You don't want to be going to the post office weighing things. It's the scale I have. It's just a little Accutech. I think I got this for maybe 25, 28 bucks on Amazon. It goes up to 150 pounds. It's digital. This takes batteries, or you can plug it in the wall, but 110 pounds, excuse me. And that way you'll always know if what you're shipping is right. I've never had an issue. I've shipped UPS, USPS, and my weights have always been right on. You got to know what you're weighing when you print off postage. Let's see. Some jeans wear the 15.9 ounce threshold. Yeah, they pretty much all do. How much is it for a flat rate envelope? Okay, I think somebody answered that. I have some that are 44.30. Yeah, Debbie, I've gotten a 44.30 in a padded flat rate. That is possible. Not easy, but it is possible. Christopher says, what do you pay? What's your average? $10 a pair, Christopher, if that's what your thrift stores are charging, you need to move to where there's better thrift stores. I mean, that's pricey. We have some here that do price them up, and sometimes you could probably catch them on a day when they have a sale. I mean, Salvation Army prices them up, honestly. Salvation Army loves a lot of their jeans, and they'll price them at $7, $8, even $10 I've seen. And I don't know if there's enough profit margin in most bread and butter jeans to make a $10 pair of jeans worth it, unless it's something special. And if it's something special, you're probably not going to find a lot of them. So do you have a plan if your Goodwill start upping the price on jeans? Yeah, that's a great question, Fashion. Actually, and it ties into something that I need to probably do a few more videos about, because it's something I'm really starting to focus on. This jean adventure is going to take a lot of time and energy for sure, but I'm looking for ways to outsource it. I'm looking at ways to make it simpler, to make it more efficient, because I've started diversifying my income streams, and I would highly, highly recommend you guys do that too. You're always at the risk of eBay or Amazon or wherever you sell changing the rules, or what you're selling suddenly doesn't become available. I mean, I guess if the price did go up Fashion Outlook, I would probably price that into my listings a bit. Now you can only do that, but so much, because the market has a range, and you can't sell you can't sell a pair of jeans you buy for $5. You can't sell your pair for $30 if everybody else is at 20 or 22. It's going to be difficult to do any kind of volume. But diversify your income streams, guys. Get into other things even outside of being an entrepreneur. That's just smart business and just a smart way to run your finances. You never know when one thing is going to go kaput. So you need backups. Hey guys, if you wouldn't mind too, please hit the like button down below this video on your screen. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. It helps YouTube know that, hey, this is good content and we should share it with other people, and I do appreciate it. So please hit the like button if you get a moment. Do you source at any Goodwill outlets near you? I have a weigh and pay. It's not very good. I don't really care for it, to be honest with you. I haven't had a lot of luck with jeans there. They are cheaper. They're about a third of what they would be in the store. But man, it's a really disorganized one, and it's not, if there is such a thing as an organized one, but it's just not a pleasant experience. I prefer not to go there, profit or wise. And I don't really find much good stuff there. I'm sure there is good stuff. I probably just need to spend more time. I found a few books there that were great for like, the books were like, end up being like maybe 50 cents or something like that. Oh, I know what YouTubers he's calling up for wearing size 50 jeans, but that's kind of rude. I don't know who you're really talking about. I point things out. Is there a YouTuber that wears size 50 size jeans? If there is, I don't really know. But okay. I have to travel to my state capital to get to one, but I find good finds there. Cool. He's just saying they cost more to ship. Yeah, that is. They do cost more to ship because you can't get them in a padded flat rate. I mean, there's just no way. It's I love finding them. I'll price them higher for sure because they're harder. There's scarcity around those larger sizes like that, but they're also going to cost me more to ship. That when I was shipping a different way, I found that it cost me $8.50 on average to ship priority mail. So to ship a pair of jeans, which is not cheap. What do you look for when sourcing retail stores? That's a complex question, Christopher, but you need to look obviously for clearance items, things have been marked down, or just really hot items. Maybe they even could be, but that probably needs to be answered in a whole nother video, to be honest with you. So that would be a big list. Gene wise, again, common or the better brands marked down. You can't buy them at full price, obviously. I've gotten a size 54, no padded flat rate, Mark. Well, you're better than me. There's no way these are going to go in a padded flat rate. So some are thicker material too, guys. I mean, they're just the way the weave of the jean is thicker, so it adds a little more bulk to the package. 33 viewers, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys coming on today. Do you think Wranglers sell? I get a lot of them in the nursing homes. They will, Debbie. My experience has been they sell for a little less. Just in general, I mean, not a hard, fast rule, but in general. Have you tried auctions? I have not, Ken. I'm considering auctions, but I don't know. Maybe Mark has some experience with that, so that's a good one probably to talk to. But yeah, auctions are definitely a possibility. The reason I like auctions, I don't know if it's still this way on eBay. I don't do any auctions, so it might not be. Someone will correct me. The reason I don't do auctions is because they don't require immediate payment. So you end up chasing people for money sometimes. I didn't really like that part of eBay. And then now your item's not listed and you've got to wait a couple days. It's just, and most people do pay you, that's true, but it just delays everything. So that's one of the reasons I don't like them. Plus, if you don't set a reserve, you could end up selling really cheap. So there's just a little bit more to do with the auctions. I'm guessing skinny jeans are one of your best fits. Yeah, skinny jeans are great. simply because, you know, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of power behind that word skinny, for especially for women, and they absolutely will sell better than non-skinny, would be my overall estimation. So you only do fixed price with free shipping? No, Debbie, you may have missed it. I've actually started charging shipping. Hey, but of course the price is lower now. So basically looking for a price range in the $16 to $18 price range with a $6.50 shipping charge, and higher for premium brands. So a higher price. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys my results from yesterday real quick, since we haven't done that yet. So we'll do a little screen share. Let me make sure I got that up the right screen. I do. And let's go to the screen share. And there it is. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that okay. Yesterday, I only sold 2 pair, but a $90 gross, because one of the pair I sold was a new without tags, 7 for all mankind, I believe. That sold for 65 bucks. And they were immaculate. And then I just sold one other sort of run-of-the-mill pair. So good profit day on that. Probably netted somewhere around 55 bucks. Just realized I need to put a dollar sign in there. And net per jean obviously was blown up because of that. I did get those for just 5 bucks, that pair of jeans. I did find them at a thrift store. Sell through 30.36%. So we're still around 0.66 total. You know, so 554 listings over here, and got only 5 listed. I've really got to get on my listing totals, guys. I'm going to need to take some more pictures and have those up. Got to talk to my picture department, and I've really got to get some more listings up. I'm just not quite getting as far ahead as I want to. You know, I've sold 50 and I've listed 88, so I've gained 38, but I really need to be probably twice that number. So no excuses, just got to get it done. So let me, I will try to show you the graphs. I don't know. Actually, the graphs are being kind of funky today. Okay, so that was the end of the the screen share for the listings yesterday. The graphs, not that exciting. The graph, sometimes when I go to 2 different screen shares, it throws off the sound. Hey guys, 35 viewers. Thank you again for that. Really appreciate it. So I'm glad you guys came out today. I think if you did auction, let's see, what do we got here? I only use auctions, friends, are 50 bucks, but kind of unique. Okay, I think if you did auctions, it would help you with shipping. Only have to ship twice a week. Yeah, maybe can, but it's not that big a deal for me to ship, honestly. Always ship same day or one day. Yeah, I do one day, Debbie. Same day is just, same day puts me in too many weird positions to where I just can't quite get the jeans out in one day or the same day. And so I always, you know, always give it one business day. That kind of just gives me a little flexibility. I think people are cool with that. Jeans are not like a super hot item that people need right away. You could even argue you could go to other forms of shipping that are slower, maybe even a little cheaper, and people would probably be fine with it. I've just gone the padded flat rate route because it's just very simple. I don't have to think about it. I know exactly what will fit in these envelopes. I can get them for free. I can stockpile them. I've got 2 cases of them plus one that I'm working out of right now. So, you know, post office doesn't care. They know I'm going to use them. I get them shipped right to the house, the cases. So no big deal. What else? Let's see. All right, we talked about the big load. I haven't heard back from that guy yet if they're gonna do it or not. The fall is coming. Sales should pick up. Yeah, I think so too, Ken. That's kind of what I'm banking on, is that sales are gonna blow up in jeans as they did last year. And it's kind of nice in a way that they're a little bit slower because I'm able to right now I'm able to get more listed. Hey, Jean dude. I don't know if that's for me, but I'm going to take this one. What percentage of the jeans at a store do you think you buy from a thrift store on average? That's a great question, Thrift. Not a lot. I would say if I'm averaging 10 pair of jeans out of a thrift store, you know, that's maybe only like it's definitely not 1%. It's less than that. It's probably like a quarter of a percent, honestly. You could buy more, but you know, it comes down to, do I want to give up profit and for time to go in and list lower price ones that I'm going to make less on? It's not 10%. No, no way. It's not even close to that. I mean, I would estimate that thrift stores around me probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 400, maybe even 500 pair of jeans, depending on out on the floor. So there's no way I'm getting 30, 40, 50 out of each one. Um, no, not even close. You know, maybe if it's a 300 pair jean store, maybe I'm getting 10. You know, maybe I'm getting 3%. But if it's 10 out of a 500 pair, what does that work out to? Oh, it's 2%. 2%. Excuse me. What did I say earlier? Quarter percent. God, math. So yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood, I would guess. Do you sell any jean shorts? I've sold a couple, Debbie. Nothing big. Who gave him a thumbs down? They took it away. Hey, thanks, Christopher. Oh, and then I came back. All right, whatever. Do you buy jeans that permanent creases like from the cleaners? No, Jen, I tend to stay away from those. I tend to stay away from anything I think people won't like and that I personally would not wear just because of condition. Wow, your stores must have a lot of jeans. Yeah, thrift. I backed up on that statement. Apparently, I can't do math today. My average store probably has 400 pair of jeans out, and I'm going to get 10 pair out of that. So what's that, 2.5% or so? So there you go. Yeah, 10% would be 10% would be 50, and yeah. I'm a senior, and they always have half price Wednesdays at Goodwill. It's Tuesdays here, Debbie, but and it's only 25% off. I don't feel like a senior, but I like the discount. Yeah, I mean, discount days are cool, guys. You know, the strange thing is I don't find discount days to be as good for other goods. Jeans are fine because they don't really change that much in the stores, but discount days around here in the Goodwills and so on, it's almost like they keep the good hard goods in the back on those days. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think they're taking things off; they're just bringing as much out. You know, because they get a pop. You know, the stores get busy, which I don't really like as much. I hate it when it's too busy. It's just, you know, it's not as fun to do. Sound bad all of a sudden. I'm getting a message from my audio engineer. All right, let me try to fix this. Hang on 1 second, guys. And let me know if that's any better. I changed my setup a little bit there. Just see if that sounds good. I wish you luck with this. Enjoy watching. My wife is interested in something like this, but there's no way she could do more than 200 jeans. Yeah, no, I hear you, Ken. It is definitely a slog. And you've got to, you know, I'm gonna test the limits of my patience and endurance probably. But it's going to be fun. We'll all see it together, and we'll see how it goes. Listening as I list and ship. Yeah, I got to get on that, Cheryl, as soon as we get off this video, which is not going to be much longer. How much time do you spend looking at good name brand jeans to figure out if they're fakes? I had to give my husband a pair of True Religions when I figured out it was fake. Honestly, Sue, it's only really True Religion and Diesel that you're going to see faked that often. There are a few others occasionally that might be out there fakey, but those two seem to get the most fakes. There was a rash of fakes, especially in True Religions there for a while. I don't spend much time looking at them. If there's any doubt in my mind they're fake, I don't buy them. I put them back. Not worth it. Debbie, there's lots of ways you can tell if they're fake, but honestly, your best bet is to go somewhere like AuthenticForum.com. And they have whole sections devoted to a few different brands. There's some things you look for on certain jeans, like True Religions, like you look for some micro stitching and things like that. Yeah, the curve on the front flat pie. There's a bunch of things. I usually pull up the list if I can't remember in the store in the heat of the moment. I don't find that many True Religions. I mean, they're out there, but I don't find that many of them. I prefer to find them actually when they go on sale at my Nordstrom rack. And then I pretty much know they're legit. And occasionally I can get them for 20 bucks at Nordstrom, new, which is awesome. But that doesn't happen that often. But every once in a while, I will buy those and, you know, flip them for like 80 or 90. There's YouTube videos. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways you can know. And, you know, if you're in doubt, just don't buy them. Just don't buy that brand. You know, there's lots of other brands, and you're not going to find a tremendous amount of True Religions anyway. The men's sell better than the women's in general, sell for more money and sell quicker. And you just don't find a lot of men's True Religions out there. You know, it is what it is. Same with Red Monkey. Yeah, I mean, the high-end brands, guys, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't think you really gain a lot by spending a lot of time learning what the high-end, like all these signs of what's a fake or not in a high-end brand. It just, unless you can get a lot of them or access to a lot of them, it's like, you know, if I look through 10,000 pair of jeans, I might find 3 or 4 True Religions, maybe 5. It's not many. So it's just not a lot. Even when you have the real thing, eBuyers and eBay will tell you otherwise. They don't know. Yeah, that's true. And if you're just worried about it, just don't buy them. I wouldn't even sweat that. Could you create a list of the 10 top most noteworthy jeans brands? Well, that would be a controversial list, but yeah, sure, I could. You know, look at it this way. Look at it this way, Carol. It's say that the top 10 brands. The problem is you don't know what a top 10 brand means. That means something different to everybody. Like if I was going to tell you to start a jean selling business, I wouldn't tell you to go focus on True Religion and Diesel and, you know, some of the higher end ones like that. I mean, you're not going to find enough of them to sell many. I mean, you're just not. So, you know, your top 10 brands would be like Levi's. I mean, Levi's, if you search eBay right now for listings, Levi is the most listed brand on there. Why? There's a huge market. There's a huge market for it. I mean, if you just couldn't get enough of some of those higher end brands to really sustain a business with them. I mean, yeah, they're great. They're great when you find them and great money when you sell them. Don't get me wrong. But ultimately, you're going to find, you know, for every True Religion you find to sell, you're going to find 100 Levi's that would sell and make you money. So I don't know. It would be tough to make a top 10 brand list. Like, I don't know what my criteria would be, like top 10 in value, fastest selling. I mean, things like that. And they're not even that useful anymore because honestly, by the time you put out the list and people start watching it, like, you know, a year from now, that may be different. I mean, Levi's probably won't be, but some of the other brands will be. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that's my thought on that. So when will you leave a pair of Levi's behind? I do it all the time, Sue. All the time. I leave tons of Levi's behind, mainly because they're not really a good, if they're not a good size or a good fit. And obviously, if they have damage, I'm not going to buy them if they have defects. But there's just lots of them that don't sell really well. So, you know, and I would leave those jeans behind other reasons. Cherry Vintage says the top 10 are for lazy people. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd go that far. There's some curiosity about that, but I get your point. I mean, yeah, there are people who would look at it like, hey, tell me what to go buy. I thought Hilfiger was good. Yeah, Tommy's fine. You can sell Tommy Hilfiger jeans. I've sold several of them. Let's see. What do you do if the jeans have a very small defect on the bottom? It depends. You know, you gotta, you know, like on one leg, small smudge, distorted material. I'd photograph it and say somewhere on bottom of leg, see photos for condition, and let the buyer make the decision. If it's, you know, I have a rule called 2 strikes, you're out. You know, 3 strikes, you're out is the baseball rule, but I have it's 2 strikes. If a pair of jeans has 2 significant issues with it, I don't buy it.
I don't buy it. And it's just my own personal rule. You can come up with whatever you want, but I think a lot of people out there, if there's one thing wrong, they can overlook it. But when there's two, you just run the risk of them just not being happy with the jeans, and they're going to return them. And you want to sell your stuff and have it stick, hopefully. I mean, you can't do anything about somebody buys the wrong size. Nothing to do about that. But you can do something about selling a pair of jeans that has a bunch of defects. I just don't like to do it, but plenty of people do. Different business model. Is there a brand you wouldn't spend time trying to sell? There are tons of brands like that. Any brand that comes from virtually any brand, not any brand, but virtually any brand that comes from Walmart or Target, I usually don't pick up because you can get them so cheap at those stores. It's just hard when they're already used. I found Harley Davidson jeans don't sell nearly well as the shirts. I know, Sue, but I've had good luck with Harley Davidson jeans, interestingly enough. Interesting. I would. If you want to resell seriously and you do your own research, don't be lazy. You can figure out the current top selling brands, of course. Faded Glory is Walmart. Yeah, not selling Faded Glory. Nothing wrong with Faded Glory, just not selling it. Men's Levi's size doesn't really matter. Women's size does. Yeah, that's overall true, Mark. I'd agree with that. Men's doesn't matter as much, which is interesting. Women's matters more for lots of reasons, I think. Just the way we've gone up. Don't they sell Wrangler at Walmart now? Yeah, but thrift, there's just some brands that are iconic and it doesn't really matter where they sell them. They're either not going to have a good they're not going to have a good resale value, or they'll have a good resale value if they're a good brand, but just look at it this way. If you can go buy a pair of jeans for 25 bucks brand new, how in the world are you going to sell them used for 25 bucks? If that includes your shipping. I mean, you're not. It's just going to be very difficult to get that for them unless there's just something interesting about them. So, one thing you can always do is, going back to the research comment is, when you've got a brand that you might want to sell and seems to be a market for it, let's say on eBay you've looked and there's thousands of listings, go look at what it sells for new. And then think about, all right, well, if somebody pays $30 for this pair of jeans new, will they pay $20 for it used? They might, but it's going to get a little tougher. It's better if they're buying it new for 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 bucks. Then they're way more likely to pay 20 bucks for it used. Does that make sense? And you can do that with any brand. All the brands have websites, and you can kind of find out where they're sold at and so on. So research. Hey, Swamp, sorry I didn't get a chance to say hello a moment ago. I did see you come in the room, so what's up? What's the most you get for a good pair of jeans and the lowest you charge? I'm not sure what your question is there. Do you mean the most I would sell them for, like a used pair? And what would be the lowest I would charge? I try not to go below 15 bucks plus shipping. I will if I've had it a really long time. I might go down to 14 or something like that, but I think a lot of times it'll sell if you get down around there. You just got to leave it to that price for a little while. Let people find it. Why not create a list of, like, not a top, but a list of the items that I can sell, for example, Diesel for 50, Wrangler for 10. Carol, I could, but you can go find that you can find that. I mean, it's not like I have some magic list. The research, just do your research on sold listings, pick a few brands. I do a whole video, guys, on how to research clothing on eBay. Steve Rakin has done videos on that. Ronnie's probably done videos on that. I mean, look on my channel for that video if you want. You can see how to research clothing on eBay. I don't do it with a jeans example, but it doesn't matter. It's the same process. It's not that difficult, and you should do it because it's much better for you to go do it and learn it yourself. You're going to see things that I wouldn't be able to tell you in a video or to tell you even in person. You got to go do it yourself and sort of find out. So hopefully that made sense. I guess that is a good point. Okay. Well, thanks. And how many completed versus sold for sell-through rate. Yep, sell-through rate's important. Hey, guys, a lot of people watching. Please hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. There it goes. Went back up to 18. A minute ago, it was showing 6. That's really weird. So I do appreciate it if you're getting something out of this video. Levi's are anywhere from $5,000 to $5,000. Yeah, thrift, but you want to look at kind of where, the bulk of the listings are. You're not going to find too many $5,000 pair of Levi's, and you're not going to sell too many Levi's for $5 either. Pittsburgh Mike says, I think the best way is to go out in the field, buying and selling. You'll quickly realize what's a good pickup and what isn't. Yeah, the problem with that at Pittsburgh, the only problem with that, I think, is a lot of times you're stuck with it then. It's hard to return it. So you end up just kind of eating the cost of and burning through your capital. I think, I'm kind of like the what's the carpenter's rule, measure twice and cut once. I think you do that with this too. You really go in and you do your research on it. I mean, you don't need hours and hours to do this either. Like in 30 minutes, you could find 5 jean brands you might want to go sell. I mean, it wouldn't take that long. The crazy thing that mostly drives me crazy is a fear that the item I get and want to list on eBay will end up being fake. True Religion, I will get banned from eBay. Don't sell True Religion, Carol. Problem solved. You're not going to see too many faked 7 for All Mankind's or Vigos's or Levi's. I'm not saying you would never find one, but it's not as common, or American Eagle or Banana Republic or Tommy Hilfiger. You're not going to see as many of those faked as you will those high-end jeans like True Religion. So just don't sell True Religion. Don't sell until you get more experience, Donate and use the write-off if it doesn't sell. Yeah, you can do that, Cheryl, but you don't get your full value out of that. I mean, if you pay $5, you're not going to get $5 in tax value. You're going to get whatever your effective tax rate, your tax rate ends up being. Do you ever sell them in bulk? Yes, Swamp. Great question, by the way. I sell in bulk the ones that I end up finding issues with. And I've thought about that, like the ethics of that. But just because I don't want to sell them on eBay, say I get a pair and it's got like a stain I missed or a belt loop is missing, whatever, and I missed it somehow in the store, I can still sell them to someone who may want to resell them or use them for some other purpose. So I don't feel bad about doing that. I don't get my full value back out of them for the most part. I mean, I can't really sell them for $5 a piece very easily, unless you just find a buyer who's not very educated on buying, large lots of jeans. But I usually get like $2.50, $3 a pair, so I get something back out of them, get some cash back in my hands, which is always good. And who knows? And I might even do a video about how to sell your jeans in bulk locally. I've got some ideas for that. Do you just sell singles or have you bundled? I don't really bundle, Ken. I probably should do that though. Look up how to spot a fake. Yep. Sorry, Swamp didn't see you. Do you give discounts if people buy more than one pair? Nope, I don't. Believe it or not. I probably could, but I just don't. Learn to sew and make jean bean bags. Yeah, people actually buy the jeans, Cheryl Ann, and they cut denim squares and they turn that and use those for craft projects. You can actually sell denim squares on eBay. It's a lot of work to me, but you can cut out like these squares of a certain size and sell them in bundles. I don't know what they go for, but you get a few bucks out of them. Thanks, Pittsburgh Mike. Still, some fakes are quite good. Yep. I make quilts from jeans. Yep, there you go. Greener, probably 90% clothes. Video game software is the other stuff I go after. Cool. My friend made a Levi quilt. Nice. You should sell that. What do you think about Lucky Brand jeans? I like Lucky Brand jeans. I have sold quite a few Lucky Brands and have several listed right now. So I think Lucky's a good brand. It's a good bread and butter brand. You're not going to make a fortune on them usually, but you can find certain ones that go really well. What's that one? I think it's called, can't remember. There's one particular fit in Lucky Brand that I really like getting. Now I can't think of it. I'll think of it. But there are some that are really good, and you're not gonna sell them for $50 used, but but you can get money for them, and they're good quality jean. And I believe they're made here in the United States too, which is a nice selling factor. What about Lee women's larger sizes? Don't have any experience with them, Debbie. I think they're not really that expensive new though, maybe. So I'd be a little skeptical selling those used, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't researched them, so I don't know. I sold a woman size pair 10 that went for 143 at auction. I have no idea why. Lucky brand. Are you laundering money again, Mike? Just kidding. You're not laundering very much money if it was only 143 bucks. But in all seriousness, yeah, Lucky's a good brand. I don't have any issue with them. Actually, my favorite pair of jeans that I would like to wear are Lucky's. So there you go. I'm not only the president of the Hair Club for Men. I'm a client. Well, it's the old commercial. Debbie, anything 20 plus on Lee riders I pick up? Yeah, there you go. So Mike's got some experience with them. There you go. We'll have about 5 pair of the Lee. So try them. Just try them and see what to. Yeah, Debbie says I don't know what to charge. Check the solds and completeds, Debbie, to give you a range. You don't have to find your exact one. If you've got like a 22 and you see a 20 and a 24 that have sold, then sell them for somewhere in that range of those two. You can always change your price if you don't like, if you don't like it. Buy it, not $9.99 to $12.99 a piece if they're in good shape. Okay, so there you go. Buy it now. Oh, gotcha. I was wondering what that was, Mike. Buy it not. I'm going, what in the world? Yeah, so, and that brings up a good point when somebody asked a question about Lucky. I mean, go experiment with some brands, guys. Not even just jeans. I mean, go look through the solds, go through the completeds. Like what I used to do, and I think I talk about that in my research video, is I would pick a brand and I would look at the last 100 completed listings. Okay, so you got 100 completed listings, basically. Although eBay might have sectioned it off a little weird, maybe it ended up being 96, and I would look and I would count how many sold of that 100. And then that kind of gave me an idea of the sell-through for that time frame. So if it was 20 sold, well, I know the sell-through is about 20%, or at least it has been. It's not perfect, but it's a rule you can go by. And you can say, well, if I buy 5 of these over the next month, I'm likely to sell, I list 5 of these over the next month, I'm likely to sell 1 on average. Now, if you look at the ones that did sell, maybe you can notice some trends and see that, okay, well, the plus sizes sell at a really high rate. Maybe there was only 10 of those listed and 5 of them sold. So they're selling a 50% rate. So you could focus there maybe and say, well, pluses will be better. So I'm going to try to find and list more of those. So your sell-through rate will be even quicker, which means you get your money back in your hands even faster. So those are some good tips for how to figure out what's going to sell and when. And, just you got to do the research, guys. Like, there's just no way you can come on YouTube or anywhere and go, hey, let me watch this video and I'm going to know everything I need to know about reselling. It just doesn't work that way. And it's a good thing that it doesn't. The best lessons in life you learn are the ones you learn yourself, not, you hear something from somebody and you say, well, that's all I got to do. Well, that's not going to do it. You don't know what their experiences were. You didn't get to see all their lessons they learned. And you didn't get to see how because, what works for them might not work for you. So you're going to have to kind of go out on your own. But anyway, okay. All right, guys. Well, look, I think that's going to about do it for today. So I'm going to say, Cherry's asking a question. Yeah, Cherry, you probably don't know the whole story because your first part of your statement there where you says, why did you decide to build a business on items that cost you $5.99? That's actually not true. I'm not building my business on it. This is a part of my business. It's not the entire part. And I have a lot of reasons for why I want to do it that I've shared with people. So if you go through and watch my videos, yeah, not being smart, like, no, I understand, but your question comes off that way. And, that's kind of the way it comes across. So you might want to spend some time on the channel looking through the videos and so on I've put out, and it'll tell you the answer to that. so you don't have to keep asking that question, because you've asked me that question before. So, and it's still the same answer. It's not my entire part of my business, and it's not the only way that I'm going to be doing business. And I've been really open and transparent with why I've chose to make it this part of it is about jeans. So, all right. So guys, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button down below before you leave, and consider subscribing if you want to get the newest video each time. And hopefully, you know, we're just going to keep on trucking, and I will be on tomorrow, I'm sure. And we'll see how we did. All right, guys. So take care out there. Good luck to you on your sales. And this is Prof Sales saying good sales to you.